We begin tonight with developing news. MU leadership is responding to new video showing Professor Melissa Click in a confrontation with police. Good evening, I'm Katie Moeller.
And I'm Jim Reek. Thanks for joining us. It comes from two body cameras worn by Columbia police officers. We obtained the video from the Columbia, Missouri, and it shows Click along with members of concerned student 1950 in a confrontation with police at the October homecoming parade. This is the first time we've seen video of the incident from this angle. Tonight, MU Interim Chancellor Hank Foley responded to the new video in a statement saying in part, quote, "Her conduct and behavior on this video, as well as the video from the events on November 9th, are not consistent with what is expected of a faculty member. We must have high expectations of members of our community. And I will address these new revelations with Board of Curator members as they work to complete their review of the matter." We previously reached out to Click for an interview. She did not respond. Stay with KOMU 8 News on air and online as we follow the new developments.
In your other local news, a rollover crash in Columbia today left a road closed for more than an hour. The accident happened on Route VV about 12:20 this afternoon. A car flipped over on its top. The patrol couldn't say how many people were in the car or the extent of their injuries. The crash closed the roundabout at Rangeline and VV just north of the Columbia city limits.
Columbia police say a man is in the hospital with life-threatening injuries after he was hit on Grindstone Parkway last night. 64-year-old Eddie Groff was driving near Rock Quarry Road when his car broke down. He got out and crossed the road to call for help. A woman hit the man as he was crossing the road. No charges have been filed at this time.
It's a rite of passage for most 16-year-olds, but could teens soon have to do well in school in order to get their driver's license? The Missouri House of Representatives is set to discuss a bill tomorrow that would require 15 to 18-year-olds to maintain certain grades and attendance records in order to get and keep their driver's license. AP government teacher at Battle High School, Alex Huck, says the bill's purpose seems on point, but he's not sure removing the privilege of driving is the best answer. According to Huck, taking away the chance for a license might hurt students. He says struggles with grades can be due to commitments outside of school that require transportation, such as having a job.
A Missouri group is sponsoring a petition to increase taxes on cigarettes. Raise Your Hand for Kids is a petition that calls for a constitutional amendment. It would increase taxes on cigarettes by 15 cents per pack over 4 years. The funds would go to early childhood education. The petition must get 160 signatures by May 8th. Linda Rollo, the executive director of the group, said we took a long time preparing for this and we looked at past attempts. It was all about timing. 2016 is an open seat gubernatorial and presidential election, and we hope this means this will drive more voters to the polls. Rollo said the group is facing challenges from the Missouri Petroleum and Convenience Store Association because they want low cigarette taxes. We want to know what you think. Join our conversation at KOMU.com.
Ride-sharing companies like Uber and Lyft could soon see fewer restrictions in cities across Missouri. The businesses are endorsing legislation in the state house that would replace stricter rules in Columbia, Kansas City, and St. Louis with new statewide regulations. City leaders aren't so sure about the proposal. They say cities should be able to create guidelines based on a city's specific needs. An Uber representative says having more uniform regulations would allow the company to expand to other cities.
With the death of Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia, a battle is already brewing as President Obama prepares to name a successor. Legal experts say this nomination would shift the political balance on the high court. CNN's Ryan Nobles reports.
A moment of silence.
Turning our attention to the weather, it was a chilly weekend out there.
It was very cold.
I think things are going to change though, right?
They are, eventually. We're not going to see any more single digits like we did on Saturday. Right now, looking at satellite and radar, that we do still have some clouds as well. We'll track that hour by hour, plus tell you how warm we're going to get next week. Coming up later in the show.
Kenton, thanks. What's bringing mid-Missouri couples underground on Valentine's Day? The unique answer after the break.
While most couples celebrate Valentine's Day with dinner and a movie or chocolates and flowers, some mid-Missouri couples opt for a more unique experience underground. Free vow renewal services have become a tradition at the Bridal Cave in Camdenton. The cave offers a free ceremony, flowers for the bride, and pictures for the couples. All involved said this was a special day. Thompson says the cave normally offers the free services on the Sunday of Valentine's Day week. Since Valentine's Day fell on a Sunday, the cave is expecting about 500 couples to visit despite today's snowy weather.
51.
51 as a
Without
low
sun.
temperature. We would have liked that as a high temperature this
sure.
weekend,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Kenton, thanks.
You're welcome.
A rental car facility is shut down for several hours today.
And that's when the police showed up. That's coming up.
In your national news, authorities in New Mexico shut down a rental car facility after a mechanic found an explosive device under a car. The building was evacuated. Customers were sent to a nearby lot to wait for their cars. Police later deemed the item safe and the facility was reopened. The FBI and ATF are investigating. Flights at a nearby airport were not affected by the closure. Police in Mississippi have a suspect in custody in connection with the shooting of a police officer. Corporal Derek Couch was shot in the head while investigating a robbery at a convenience store Saturday. Police say a father turned in a 19-year-old suspect this afternoon. Corporal Couch remains in the hospital in critical condition.
In world news, Pope Francis continued his tour in Mexico today. Huge crowds gathered in Mexico City to catch a glimpse of the Pope. Thousands lined the route and cheered as he made his way to a heliport in the Pope Mobile. The Pope also walked outside to bless and kiss the worshipers. In Greece, riot police fired tear gas to move demonstrators. They were protesting the creation of a migrant screening center. Demonstrators left as the tear gas was set off. Residents in the popular tourist destination have been opposed to the creation of a screening center. It's a bright display just in time for Valentine's Day.
We'll tell you about the message behind this unique setup next. Love was in the air in Hong Kong as 25,000 LED roses lit up for Valentine's Day. The so-called Light Rose Garden actually originated in South Korea and wound up in Hong Kong as part of its world tour. It's part of a project meant to spread love from east to west. The white roses symbolize pure and innocent love.
Well, looking at our Monday planner, it's going to be a chilly day, but much warmer than it was this weekend. Starting off at 27, getting up to 48 as a high temperature. Again, that chance for just some sprinkles throughout our day, maybe some flurries to start off in the morning. But then we're at 45 on Tuesday with another slight chance. And then we're at 65 by the end of this week. And it is going to be windy also on Tuesday and Friday, just to mention.
Hey, Kenton, you went to the Mizzou basketball game yesterday?
I did, got the game ball. And
Congrats.
And
they
won.
did very well.
They won.
Broke
Good game
that
ball to
losing
have.
streak. I think I should go to more.
Speaking of sports, I think Chris Trevino's over there ready for Sports Extra. That's our time for now. Thanks for joining us.
See you later.
Thanks very much.